We move on to the interview with Sise Musime, who is the PRO from KAVC. And Sise, good to have you in studio, and good afternoon.
Good afternoon, thank you.
We are here to talk about KAVC, maybe to help Ugandans, if you could paint a picture of the club that we are talking about, that is KAVC. If you give them a background of what a big club KAVC is.
Thank you very much. KAVC is a volleyball club that has been in existence for the last 50 years, but now we are counting 52. I would like to say it's the mother club in volleyball. It has both male and female. Along the years, it has won some league championships and national championships.
5 to be specific.
Yeah. And right now, we're trying to commemorate the founders of the club. Unfortunately, they have all gone. This is the 24th edition, and basically it's about we inviting foreign teams to come and compete with our cream of the cream in the country, to see that we put our volleyball to another level, out of which so many have benefited. And we are always looking forward to seeing to it that we promote the sport, because we're in partnership with NSSF, we're in partnership with Uganda Volleyball Federation. We have other sponsors like Palisa, Agro Processors, we have DHL, we have Ministry of Health, we have Binusu, and DHL. Yeah,
maybe before we go into that, I wanted you to give just a history of the club, so that Ugandans can know the kind of institution we are talking about. And now, from that, I would have you talk about the NSSF KAVC International Tournament, which is arguably the biggest that we have in Uganda, and maybe give a little bit of background and history about this particular tournament. We are going into the 24th edition. What should a Ugandan know? What does maybe someone that is 18 years old or 15, was not born when this tournament started, what should they know about this particular event?
Okay, this club was started in 1970 by a few Ugandans at Makerere University. Along the way, they made friends with some Dutch, and this competition started, and there were Makerere University students then. Then, out of which, when the tournament happened and was successful, they decided it shall always be an annual event, being the fact that there was a Dutch team that participated. And then, ever since then, it has been happening. It started small, but along the way it has grown because of the extent to which the game has been growing in the country.
And yourself, you played for KAVC. You still play? Should we say you still play for KAVC?
No, I'm a retired athlete. I'm now into administration, but I've played for over 22 years, and I think for the international, I've played for, I think, around 10 to 12 years. Yes.
Yeah, and maybe if you are to go into this particular tournament that starts, it should be today with the technical meeting, and then action tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday. But it's been a tough 2 years because we do not have the tournament in 2020 and 2021. How have you guys managed to bounce back and have this tournament return?
Thank you very much. We have managed to bounce back because the structure of the club and the constitution requires us to have this tournament. Then the commitment of the members, and then the support from other stakeholders is the reason we are back. And there is a lot we have benefited as a club. And part of the objective, we are trying to see that we identify talent, develop the game. We have other projects that are reason why this tournament is happening.
Yeah, I'm sure Deus has a few questions for you as well.
My first question is, every time I've gotten the chance to read about the KAVC International Volleyball Tournament, it's accompanied with the word prestigious. I want to know what's prestigious about that tournament and what really makes it prestigious.
It's prestigious in a sense that it's the only, it's an event organized by a club, not the federation. It's a club organizing this event. It is in position to invite foreign teams to come and play. Basically, most of the time we're going out of the country. It's a national event to something. It's a memorial to something. But now this is at club level that we are organizing a big event. We call it big because we have never been disappointed. At least we get responses from our neighbors, the foreign teams.
Yeah, and maybe if you are to add this particular year, because KAVC, I know last won it in 2018, then we had homegrown from Kenya, a collection of players from Kenya who came and beat everyone to win the title, and then Kumba winning that one. KCB Kumba managing to win it in the ladies category. How is the preparation like at the moment? How many teams do we have in the country? And how many teams are you guys expecting over this weekend?
Tentatively, I would want to say we are expecting 3 teams. By now, I think they might have arrived from Rwanda. We have Reggae and APR and the women's Rwandan side. Burundi, we are waiting for the teams to arrive. And then for the Kenyans, we are still waiting for the teams to arrive. Tanzania promised, we're also waiting. And then for the local teams, we are looking at KAVC, we are looking at KCC, we are looking at Ndeje, we are looking at KCB Nkumba, we are looking at OBB, VVC. Then we are also expecting the Southern Sudan side to come. And the clubs I've mentioned, they both have the male and the female side that are going to be represented. For now, I can't affirm. We had responses, but now the real participating teams shall get to know today when we hold our technical meeting.
Yeah, and maybe what is different about this year's tournament? Because it is the 24th edition, what is different? What should people expect from this particular event?
What is different is that we want to see the outcome of the event, being that everyone globally was affected by the pandemic. And I'm expecting new faces and new surprises from how each team is going to beef up its side. Being that teams are invited, there are players that are coming in to support other teams. Because don't be surprised if you see a Ugandan volleyballer playing for a Rwandan side. Yeah.
For 24 years, you guys have held this tournament, and I'm sure whenever you guys sit down to plan for it, you have objectives and boxes to tick. So over the years, what is that greatest achievement that has come from this tournament?
The greatest achievement, first of all, is our relationship with the Uganda Volleyball Federation. And administratively, as a board member, I participate in other activities. Internationally, apart from talking about the athletes, you will notice that we also have referees who are going out there. It's from this tournament. We get people who are going out to referee internationally. It's from this tournament we get professionals to go out there and to beef it up. It is another way to help the country, as in it also helps build on the national team and give teams, all individual athletes, exposure to meet the best players from other countries, to know our strengths, to know our weakness, to see how we can achieve and aim higher in the sport.
Yeah, on the other side we have Clive. Clive, I don't know what your memories are with the KAVC International, or if you have any question for Sise.
The memories are very many, but I'll stick to the questions. Happy to see Sise again after a very long period of time.
Nice to see you too, Clive.
Producer.
And what is this picture for? Have you joined Express?
Tabu should be worried. Eh?
I don't know. No, Tabu quit.
Tabu
My
left.
question to Sise. Over the years, the NSSF KAVC International is a tournament that we've known, first of all, to attract numbers beyond the teams, but also the people who turn up to watch and see us teams and all that. Of course, this is the first tournament that is coming up since COVID struck. What is the arrangement like? Is it open to everyone or something like that? Or is something that is going to be held under strict SOPs? Because people watching and people who love the sport would probably want to know, because I'm sure there are people who are looking forward to it since the last time it happened in 2019.
Yes, we are going to stick to the SOPs because we are all aware COVID is still taking some people. And being that we are going to have it in the outdoor and the indoor, there will be some strict regulations because we shall have security around. And at the same time, there will be a cost of 5,000 shillings to those who would want to watch the games.
Yeah, and of course that is what is going to be happening this weekend. Maybe if I could ask you about KAVC, the team. I don't know how much information you have, but it's a team that has struggled to really compete in the league, and I should say locally, when you consider that the last league title came in 2014. But then you seem to pay a lot more attention to the NSSF KAVC International. I can bet it will be one of the teams to beat this particular weekend. Why is that? Why is it that you're strong at this tournament when you get back to the league and the rest of the tournaments, KAVC struggles?
Okay, the foundation of KAVC were a volunteer club. And amidst us, we have those who are at school, we have those who work. And not that everyone works around the active area of volleyball that is within the urban center. So when it comes to around this time, many of us are looking forward because we ask for leave to see that we attend. And then the players we have that are out there for professional volleyball, they're on holiday. So I think that is sometimes what helps us to have the players around. Locally, we are struggling because we sometimes can't make the numbers based on people's other commitments.
Okay, listening to you, I've got to learn that you've played the game both on the local scene and internationally. You're now into management and you've been around the game for so long. I can say you've seen and done it all. So after all these years, do you feel volleyball as a sport in Uganda is making the right strides at the right pace, or you feel they have lagged behind sometimes? So do you think they're in the place they're supposed to be, and what should be done to get them competing and to get volleyball on everyone's lips like other sports that have managed to get there or achieve it?
And that is considering that presidents are coming from KAVC.
Well, as I had earlier mentioned, KAVC has a structure, has a constitution. I think we are too organized and we are into managing. Responding to his question, I would want to say volleyball is, I would like to credit everyone who contributes, the athletes, the administrators, the stakeholders, because Emanzi, you are aware, our federation is not the richest, and many a times we have achieved from support from the people who have played and have the money. Because considering the last national engagement, national level engagement, it was a collection of various players. But if you look at how they made it successfully to that tournament, there were individuals who put in money, and if you're the journalist, you're aware, volleyball is not among the priority sports.
Yeah.
So
maybe that's what he's asking. That
I would like to credit.
Level?
I would like to credit the individuals, the private institutions that come in and fund. But for the government, it has been a challenge because even facilities, we even don't have facilities.
As in, what I was trying to ask is, you the people in volleyball, what are you trying to do to make sure maybe the government or the NCS start looking at volleyball as maybe a priority game?
Priority game?
Because there are games that haven't been really priorities. There are sports that haven't been priority sports, but have somehow forged their way onto that table. What are you guys doing to push volleyball there?
We are pushing it there because we are having programs that are running. Basically now, like for example, we at KAVC, we have an end of year arrangement where we call on a number of young players to come and learn the game. We're not strict to where you'll go after you have learned the game. And at the end of it all, we are into primary competitions, we are into secondary competitions, we are into university competitions. And it's from this that you find clubs get their players from. So you find some of us are parents and encouraging some of our people, some of our relatives to play the sport so that along the way we can achieve.
Yeah, okay. Sisi, one final word from you, maybe about the tournament. Just a final word to the viewers out there that might be interested in watching volleyball this weekend.
It's not like my one final word. I would like to thank CTV for the opportunity, and then I would like to encourage others to come, other sports disciplines. Let's support each other. I would like us as the volleyballers, let's also support each other. Come and support the clubs, and entrance will be 5,000, and we just pray the rains don't disorganize us. And we are looking forward to see to it that in the men's category, the cup stays in Uganda.
Thank you so much, Sisi. We cannot go beyond this with the interview, but we will definitely be following whatever is happening at Lugogo. I've been joined by Deus Bugembe in studio. Clive Chaze is somewhere in Birmingham, where he's giving us everything and all that is happening at the Birmingham 2022 Commonwealth Games. We'll be back with the same show tomorrow at the same time to discuss a lot more to do with the English Premier League that returns tomorrow, but also the rest of the activities that are happening in Uganda. We have the National Rally Championship returning this weekend. There's a lot more happening. The cricket cranes will be in action somewhere in Jersey as they try to attain ODI status. But all that and more we'll discuss tomorrow on the SEETV Sports Dish. Don't blink.